So in 2011, I became really obsessed with trying to figure out how I could condition myself for success. And part of that whole exploration was actually figuring out, what is it that successful people do that I am not doing right now? And can I start doing those things? And if I start doing those things, will my life change? And so I want to share with you 5 habits of successful people that really make such a difference when it comes to actually creating the success that you want, especially in your business. So here they are. So the first habit for cultivating success in business is this: focus on the major things, not the minor things. So many people mistake movement for achievement. You know, like we end up becoming busy fools. We're going, but doing what? We end up just like doing stuff and feeling busy, but we're going in circles and we're like, why do I feel so stuck? Why am I not making the progress I want to be making? And when you strip it all back, often what's happening is that we're focusing 80% of our time, if not all of our time, on like the minor stuff rather than actually focusing on the major stuff that's going to actually move the needle. So one of the best things you can do to start getting into the habit of focusing on the major things is, if you take a week, for example, and over the course of that week you start to track your activities. So like every day make a list of all the things that you're working on, and then go over that list and assign whether it's major task or a minor task. So a minor task will be something like replying to emails or doing admin stuff, or I don't know, creating a graphic or something. So like a minor task that's not really moving the needle for your business. So then a major task will be something like focusing on the vision, focusing on strategy, creating strategies, working on how you're moving a project forward, like big major items and big things that you know are going to move the needle. The thing as well is that, does it scare you? If it scares you, maybe it's a major thing, and maybe that's why you're not doing it, is because it scares you. So over the course of the week, do that and identify how much time are you spending on the major stuff and how much time are you spending on the minor stuff. If you can set yourself a challenge, even for say the next 7 days, to focus 80% of your time on major things that you know are going to have an impact on your business, then you will start to create so much more success for yourself. You'll build so much more momentum and you'll start to really make the progress that you want to make. So that is my first success habit for you. Focus on 80% on the major things, 20% on the minor things. So the second habit for success is self-discipline. You know, at the heart of success is self-discipline. But the thing is, 99% of the people out there are not willing to do what it takes to create success, because creating success is bloody hard work. Like, I don't care what anyone says, it is not a walk in the park, because if it was, everyone would be successful, and that just simply isn't the case. It requires us to go so far outside of our comfort zone, to do things that just bloody terrify us, to do things that are challenging, that are hard, that require so much of ourselves, and we have to be ridiculously disciplined people in order to do it. And so the question is, how disciplined are you being in the pursuit of your business dreams or your dreams in general? Like, are you really dedicating enough time to focusing on the things you need to do? It kind of goes back as well to the first habit. It's about having the discipline. I used to have a quote on my wall, and I absolutely love this quote, but it was so important to me when I first started FEA. It said, successful people hang on when everyone else has let go. And I knew that if I could just have enough discipline to hang on, even when I felt like quitting, I knew I would be able to create success. So ask yourself, am I being really disciplined when it comes to growing my business and creating the success that I want? If not, start to focus on it and put a note and stick it on your laptop or somewhere near your laptop or somewhere you'll see it every day that reminds you to be disciplined. Something that says, be the most disciplined version of yourself you can be. Just something that's going to be a reminder every day to be that disciplined person. And I promise you, that one thing in itself will make such a difference. So the third habit for success is this: you have to go all in. Every day, go all in on creating the success you want. Because the thing is, your work literally costs you a piece of your life. So how seriously are you taking it? Are you dancing around the edges of being great and being the person that you could be? Or are you actually fully 100% committed and you are going all in to really create the success that you want to create? So many people, the majority of people, just dance around the edges. They hover there, teetering on the edge of who they could be and their potential. And if you want to create success, you have to go all in, 100 million% committed to your success. So that is like waking up every day and being so focused on doing the things you need to do. But I think for me, the biggest way this has helped me is just from a psychological perspective. Like psychologically, when you go all in on something, and there's no equivocation that is what you're fully committed to, it changes everything. You know, things start to happen that you could never have foreseen happening before because you're fully committed. So it's not so much something you have to physically do, so much as just a psychological mindset shift to fully feeling like you are all in on creating the success that you want. So go all in. So the fourth habit for success is to be really, really alert to things that are stealing your time. So there's a documentary out at the moment on Bill Gates on Netflix, and it's an amazing documentary. It's a 3-part series, I think. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. But in it, the person asks, I think it's Bill Gates' assistant, the person says, "Is Bill ever late for anything?" And she says, no. Bill knows that he has the same amount of time in the day that everyone else has, so he's never late. That's the one thing he manages. And I think it's a really important point is that we've all got the same 24 hours in the day. It's how effective we are with those 24 hours. And so you have to be really mindful of what is actually stealing your time. And is it the right use of your time? So start to become aware. It kind of going back to the what we talked about in the first habit. It's like tracking your time and have a look, say over the course of a week, of like what is stealing your time. Like for example, are you ending up on way too many calls, or are you doing things that you just really shouldn't be doing? For example, is social media stealing your time, and you need to stop that from happening because it's actually hindering the progress that you're making. So just being consciously aware on a day-to-day basis where your focus is going, where your time is being spent, will help you to create so much more success. This is something that people who are successful know, that if they want to create more success, then they have to focus on the right activities and they have to use their time incredibly wisely. And the thing is, we can all figure out how to do this. So it's just about looking over everything and then just being really ruthless with your time. So the fifth and final habit for success is this: write it down. Get your ideas, your goals, your dreams, your plans down on paper. I think far too many of us just store all of our genius inside of our minds. We never actually get it down on paper and get clarity around, okay, this is it, this is what I want. I remember growing up, my dad used to always say to me, Carrie, decide what you want and write it down. And when you write it down, it's not just in your head anymore, it's a physical thing on a piece of paper, it becomes tangible. There's just so much power in taking what's in your mind and getting it out on paper. So take time every single day to write out your goals, your plans, your dreams, your ideas, and store them so that you've got them and you can just keep getting more and more clarity around like what it is that success means for you, what you're trying to achieve, how you're going to make it happen. The more you practice doing that and writing it down, the more you're going to create success in your life. So there you have it. Those are my 5 habits for creating success in your life. They are so simple, yet they have such profound impact on us when we actually integrate them into our lives. So how could your life change if you just took on board these 5 simple habits over, say, the next 7 days or the next 14 days, and then hopefully beyond that? Just think about how much it could change your life and how much more success and how much more progress you could actually make. So give it a try and see what is possible for you. If you want more help with this, then definitely download the free worksheet we've got to help you to stay on track with implementing these habits into your life. And I will see you next time.